heck? Whoops. Oh, man. Hey, Tom here, Flip Anything USA. I am here at McKayAway, my compound. Anyways, whether I'm even live or not right now. Bear with me, sorry. And I wondered if I even got this set right. All right. I think I actually did it right. So look, I haven't been going live from my phone for quite some time. But I want to talk about, do you have confidence that anyone would bet on your success as a real estate investor? I ask this because it's actually what somebody that just signed up with me asked me. They said, would you bet $100 on my success? And the fact is, I said, well, first I said, I don't know you. You're asking me to bet on a stranger because I don't really know you. But then I thought about it. I said, but you know what? I tell you what, if you took my mentorship, I would 100% bet on your success because I have such a high success rate with my students. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. This is just in the field. Anyways, and this is actually a property recent purchased, and actually it's one that I just moved into, and I'm going to kind of renovate a little bit my home, my other home, but I've got 3 now that I live in. It's kind of crazy to occupy so many homes, but somehow or another I do it. But again, the point of this video is, and please ask questions, would you think you're bettable? Would somebody bet on you? Would somebody bet on your success? And if the answer is no, then you need to sharpen your skills. I remember a young guy telling me a long time ago, he said, if I just had 400 grand, I could make so much money. I said, well, really? I said, well, why do you think that? What experience do you have investing money? And he's kind of like, yeah, he didn't have any. And where I can tell you, you just need guidance. Most people just need guidance. They're lost without it, and it's understandable. I was lucky. I got, I learned about real estate. I bought my first property when I was 19, and now, and of course I know what I know over the last 43 years, but what I also know over the last 3.5, 4 years is that it's a teachable skill. And I've got students that have had fantastic success, and I would bet on any of my students. I would bet that I'd bet that they'd be successful before I'd bet against them not being successful, right? And I can't say the same for a lot of the students I see out there of other people, because just what comes out of their mouths, you can tell they don't know what they're doing, they don't know what they're talking about, and it's just really sad because sometimes I have to be pretty blunt with people that come in to be mentored and just tell them straight out, look, you don't know what the hell you're doing. And these little pieces that you picked up by watching videos, like, oh, you got an LLC. Well, congratulations, you just wasted, $1,000 or $2,000. You don't need an LLC, not in the beginning. LLCs are generally to protect your wealth. Again, that's a rich people problem. But or if you're going to go in with partners, or maybe if you don't know what the hell you're doing, you want an LLC to keep yourself unattached from further debt from in other words, it's kind of like holding each separate thing in a different cell, and that's one of the reasons we hold properties. I've got probably 20 limited partnerships or LLCs. Basically, they kind of function the same thing. They're a separate entity, allow you to hold real estate, other assets, cash, depending on what you have. And it allows them to be compartmentalized so that one doesn't affect the other. I always say if one gets cancer, the cancer doesn't spread. And what that means is if one entity gets in trouble, it doesn't link to the other and the other and the other. Like a bowl of fruit, you get a rotten piece of fruit in there, it spreads to the whole bowl. Well, in this case, each would be encapsulated, and it wouldn't matter if everything was rotten around it. The ones that haven't been affected, by a problem, it could be a legal problem, it could be all kinds of things. The others won't feel it. So, anybody out there, I mean, what do you think? Do you feel like you have any skills? What do you know how to do, or are you bettable, right? Do you feel like you have any confidence? Because listen, you blink, and listen, I started in real estate at 19, so I really haven't had the money problems that most people have had. And don't get me wrong, I've had some pinches and stuff. I've been over leveraged. I've bought more than I probably should have, and these are some of the things I pass on. But I've never had a problem making a living. I've never really worried about putting my kids so much through school. But I know lots of people that have faced those issues and do face those problems. And in my class alone, I've seen people get past it. They're in their 30s and they're making their second and third $1 million now. And some are older that have made their first $1 million or $2 million in real estate, and they're in their 50s. But they've set a path. They're on track. They're doing the right thing. They found they're using what they know, and at the same time they're expanding their knowledge base so that they will ultimately get to do more and bigger and better things. And for me, it's cool because I'm seeing people start out kind of the way I did, and then but they're able to rely on me to give them input of what to do next. It's really important. Do I flip? Do I hold? And I tell people, listen, I don't care if you're getting 40% on your money. If it's only $100,000, sell it. Because if you're getting a 40 cap on a piece of property, it means you've got much more equity in that piece of property than you realize. And then you get that money out, and then you take that, and then you kind of do whatever you did before, or something like that. In other words, you keep redoubling your asset values as fast as you can, and then the next thing you know, you'll be a millionaire, and then maybe you take out $500,000 and put that down on a property or building that gives you $100,000 a year income, and now you got that $100,000 to live on, but you still have $500,000 to play with to invest. And I know a lot of you you can't even relate to the numbers. You think, oh my God, and that's one of the reasons you guys know I'm not particularly fond of Pace Morby, Chris Crone, but I noticed that Pace Morby, he never talks about money. He never really is specific about any of the money that anybody's made, or when he has been, it's been, not microscopic, but it's been very insignificant. Or he talks about probable profits. Oh, this person he's gonna, not he has. And I think that the reason he's sold so many courses is that he just leaves it to their imagination. But he says bite-sized chunks. Who wants a bite-sized chunk? And what does that mean anyways? That could be $1 million to some people. It could be 10 cents. He's had multiple testimonies. Mr. 84, Mr. 74. If you haven't seen that video, watch that. Again, testimonials that don't specify that they've made. So I've done 84 deals. I've done 74 deals. A deal doesn't imply that it made money. It could lose money. A bad deal, right? A bad deal, you can lose millions of dollars. So my point is, they're not specific because I don't think they're significant. If they were significant, you talk about it. I talk about all my successors. I have students, and some don't even want to talk about it. They don't want to be on the map as having made $1 million yet, because they just want to lay low, and I understand that. But I've got students, many now have made over $1 million, and some have made multiple millions, more than $2 million. And I've only been mentoring people for 3 years, and I know that nobody out there has my record of success. And I would ask you, compare me to anybody out there in real estate. I don't care who it is. Look at the success rate that I have. As far as I can tell, my student success rate per person would average, if you average it, it'd be over $50,000 a person. Now, I turn more people down to get in my class than I let in. And a lot of people, they're like, oh, I don't even want to try because they're afraid of rejection. Don't be afraid, because it may not be what you think. Because a lot of people, they have misunderstandings. They think, they got to have more money. They go, I'm going to come see you, Tom, when I have more money. And then I'll find out that, man, they're perfectly suited to where they're at and with what they got. So that's not my bad, right? For not, for maybe dissuading people without, before they're, just by saying a few things like, I won't let anybody in the class unless they can afford to pay for the course and still have money to invest. Where I've heard, Grant Cardone, with some other yo-yo, and they're basically saying, I think somebody actually asked the question, said, well, I don't really have any money. Would it be worth it? Do you think it would be a good investment for me to borrow the money to get the course? And it was like without hesitation, oh, absolutely. Now, I don't believe that's true. And I think I got the best course out there, but I don't believe that's true. You have to get a good work ethic and you have to have discipline. And if you have no savings, then you probably have no discipline, right? That's just, if you make very little and you have savings, that's tremendous. If you have a lot of money and you have a lot of savings, then that's tremendous. But if you have no savings at any level, it means to me you've got a problem that maybe is, that I can't help you with. I can show you how to make money, but if you have no discipline, you're probably not a good fit, because you have to want it and you have to be able to put time and work toward it. But the best thing about investing in real estate is that, if you invest like I do, it feels like Christmas every time you buy. Who doesn't want to have Christmas, many times a year? And then in between, you're anticipating what that price is going to be. So anyways, I just thought it was kind of interesting. Just thought I'd share that and share a little bit of the property here. McKayAway, and I may even have I don't know, I may sponsor and have some sort of a meeting out here, or do some sort of a webinar, and might even take people and take them to the 200,000 square feet of real properties that I own of different kinds. That's one of the things I bring, is I have such a diverse portfolio. I'm able to help people with every kind of property. Oh, thanks, Grant. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's about, I don't know, maybe 7,000 square feet of sod I've laid around this place. It looks pretty. It's going to get hot soon and probably turn brown soon, but we'll see. We'll see how it holds up. But that's one good thing about Bermuda grass. It can go dormant and then it comes right back. So anyhow, looking forward to more people signing up. I'm going to stop doing the webinars in a very short time. I'll probably stop by March 15th. Do I still do Fake Guru Fridays? I do it when I get a chance. I was thinking about doing a Fake Guru Sunday today just because I have a little bit of time. Yeah, I still do. I 100% still do. And there's so many of them out there, there really is. Pace has kind of been my favorite one to kind of, feature on Fake Guru stuff. He's got a lot of vague testimonials and doesn't seem to have any specifics talking about making money. Chris Crone, again, I just saw Chris Crone recently. All of a sudden he's like, let me show you how I wholesale. Shit, I've never heard of Chris Crone ever talking about wholesale. But what I think is because the interest rate is high, that's destroyed Chris's model for making money. He would rely on the low interest rates and making partners out of people and then using their money to buy assets that they could have otherwise bought without him. But now the interest rate's so high, he can't make a pencil. That's my thoughts. That's what I believe. Anyways, hey, I'll call it quits for now. But if you don't have my book, get my book, Wake Up and Smell the Real Estate. If you want to have a consultation, go to flipanythingusa.com. You can have a paid consultation. Spend a few $100 with me. It could make it tens of thousands or $1 million. Who knows? But it could also prevent you from throwing good money after bad or making a big mistake. I get a lot of calls. People are confused about what they should do with a certain situation. It doesn't take me very long to analyze that they're making a mistake or what they should do. So, but listen, if you stay conscientious and guarded and do your due diligence in anything and everything, but number one, protecting your cash, you'll go very far. You'll go very far. And you're probably a good candidate for mentorship if you do that, because common sense and people that have discipline are the number one thing I'd look for. And you can see I have such a high success rate. Obviously, it seems to be paying off. So So anyways, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all later.